Hey 757, how's that New Year's resolution coming along? Are you getting healthier? Are you happier? Did you lose any weight? Is your relationship better? I'm Deane, and on this channel, my wife Kim and I share tips to help you to live well and love home. Today, we're talking about blue zones. Let's get into it. But yeah, I hope you're one of the few who are like a whole different person forever because of your resolution this year. I really do. But most people give up their resolutions by like March 22nd, right? Or at least Forbes said the average resolution lasts for like 3.74 months. You know, if you're not, I wanted to share something with you that I learned recently that may help. I was listening to TED Radio Hour last week, and they had Dan Buettner on. He's that guy from the Netflix documentary. He went and interviewed people around the world in areas where people live longer. He found some of the keys to their longevity and quality of life. Here's what he found. Where they lived was a huge predictor of whether they were going to live long, healthy lives. Not their willpower, their genetic anything, or wealth, just their location. Their location influenced whether it was easy for them to be physically active, whether they had their own gardens, whether they ate healthy plant-based diets, or whether they were going to be part of a great community. So that made me realize that if our location could help us live longer and healthier, then maybe it's also making it harder to do those things. So the places that Dan Buettner talks about are called blue zones. People who live there, they eat plant-based diets and do exercise almost without thinking because of their lifestyles. They have great communities and social connections. So if there was a complete opposite of a blue zone, let's call that a red zone. Most of us, we don't live in red zones, but we don't live in blue zones either. Most of us are in some sort of a purple zone. I imagine that as where you live gets more blue and less red, it'll be easier for you to achieve your health and wellness goals, since your environment will be working with you. So that brings us back to our New Year's resolutions. If you happen to be someone who's committed to living a healthier lifestyle, and you also happen to be thinking about changing where you live, here are some thoughts to consider when deciding where you want to live that may help you become a healthier and happier person. There's 4 things. 1, diet. Make sure your location supports your ability to eat healthy, real food, meaning make sure there's a good place to buy fresh produce and unprocessed foods relatively nearby. Farmer's market is a great example. 2, exercise. Make sure that the area is near things you would want to walk to. Use walkscore.com to check out how walkable a location is. Another key is to be engaged in like gardening and activities like dancing regularly as a fun version of exercise. Make sure your neighborhood has opportunities for these sorts of things available nearby. 3, social connection. Make sure that the area has people who share your interests and values, so you can join clubs, groups, and organizations that foster meaningful relationships and a sense of belonging. Lastly, community. Make sure that the area has a positive and supportive atmosphere, so you can participate in local events and activities that enhance the quality of life and identity of the place. Make sure you volunteer for causes that you care about so you can make a difference. Now, I could go on, but you get the point. If you want the full list of 9 things to consider when choosing a neighborhood that will help you to live longer, type blue zone in the comments. Anyway, please follow our channel for more videos on how to live well and love home. By the way, if you live in a blue zone or a red zone and you want us to know about it, put that in the comments as well. Peace.